FZappa2020. I'm not sure if it's the first official video. A lot of streaming, but let's get into it, guys. Oysterhead recap out of nowhere. Not even expect it, not even planning on it. Didn't even register the thought that it could happen. But all of a sudden, it's just one of those mornings you wake up and go, boom, there it is, right there on the old YouTube. Always welcome, always thankful whenever something drops. But I'll tell you what, I feel like the more we stray from the P-fish, the more we stray from what we truly love about FZ. We did get a little Chomper mention. It's just weird kind of hearing, it's like Marv Albert. It's like he calls basketball and has weird kinky bedroom stuff. That's kind of a side note, but it's like Marv Albert all of a sudden calling football games. It's like, this is cool. I'd rather have Marv Albert than Joe Buck, but at the same time, that's out of his wheelhouse a little bit. Some way that I think some would say Oysterhead is out of FZ's wheelhouse. It is a fish-related project. And, I think he seemed to have mixed feelings about it, as do I. I was excited about the Oysterhead reunion until I remembered the Oysterhead songs and that I didn't really particularly care for them. I listened to it a few times, and on paper it sounds like a great idea, but then you get, oh, well, now Mr. Oysterhead, here comes Mr. Oysterhead. I can't. I'm a Primus fan. I've been listening to Claypool for 20, 25 years. I think I hate his voice though. And I don't like his voice. I don't like his intonation. FZ, fine with it, fine enough. As far as the actual thoughts, there was a few moments, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but there was a Small Faces or something, whatever that song is. Small Feces. Well, that was kind of cute, kind of clever. Poop joke. I'll take a poop joke. But from there was a few moments of acknowledging Trey's underwear at one point was talked about, or at least recapped. A strange moment at the end, yelling at Stewart for playing the wrong song. Kind of sort of some oddball takes, but ultimately, I hate to say it, but kind of falls short of what we know and love about the P-fish recaps, which is the P-fish. Back to the Marv Albert analogy. All of a sudden, you stop having a basketball game, you just got Marv Albert there. On that note, I tell you what, the streams, the live streams, I haven't been recapping those, but I tuned into one a few nights ago. Asked him about the stash, if we'd get a stash, a Mexico Fu Manchu, maybe a full-on Type 2 stash. That's one of those weird Millard Fillmore style. By the way, if you don't know who Millard Fillmore is, check it out. Getting into the president's hardcore lately. Actually spent my evening watching the Ken Burns documentary on the Civil War. Not live streaming Oysterhead. That's where my head's at. Claypool and Trey, nah, I'm good. I'll take Ulysses S. Grant and this soldier, Private Elijah, something they talk about. Anyways. Ultimately, any FZ20 recap is better than almost anything else in the world. But I will say that FZ fish recaps for anything else in the world. I don't know, guys. That's all I got. This is going to be a short one, I guess. Under 4 minutes already. Not bad. Got 2 people hanging out. If you want to ask anything or chime in with anything, feel free. I will suggest but a little heavy on the basketball references for this recap, but I don't know. That's all I got. Excited for. I didn't realize it was actually. Here's something that's great about FZ. He gave me the heads up that there'd be a welcome set. The fish is actually playing 4 nights in Mexico. I didn't know they were starting this Thursday. Same thing happened last year. I woke up and didn't realize there was a show that night. But FZ is always tapped in. He knows what's up. Ultimately, a lot of people get their fish news from fish.com or Fantasy Tour. Good Lord. I'd love to hear his thoughts on the Fantasy Tour world. Places the most positive and negative cesspool / hot tub that I think exists in fish world. It's insane. But anyways, I get my news straight from FZ. And that's exactly why he gives me the heads up on the Thursday show, especially being the cheaper price. And I gotta just reinforce this. A Primus fan, a Les Claypool fan, just hate his voice, the nasally and just the lyrics. You know, here's a Claypool song. Here's what you need: some sort of cartoonish story, some kind of like highbrow, literary slang, some vocabulary that's a little bit oddball, and kind of that sing-song rappy, like child's nursery rhyme kind of lyrical vibe. So let me figure this out. Tommy the Cat's a great one. How about Jerry not Jerry the Mule, Jerry the Ant. All right. Here comes Jerry the Ant. Down when it says he can't. Little old Jerry and them come bone, bounce on down that little Jerry go. Here come Jerry and them hamster sound. There you go. That's it. There's a Claypool song right there. Put it in. I don't minds. Frankly, I'm hoping for a little more. A different location always has kind of a different sort of setting. With a different setting, you have different context for the recaps. I'd like to hear him talk about the ocean, the waves. Is he a surfer? Has he ever surfed? Is he afraid of water? Has he ever seen a dolphin or a shark? Does he go scuba diving? And all those sorts of little routes that he could take just open up the recaps in just a whole nother dimension. But we'll see. We'll see Cracker Barrel Kid. I'm a huge fan of the Cracker Barrel myself. Uncle Herschel's. Ooh, that's my favorite. And if anyone's not from the South or around the South, then it's worth traveling to below the Mason-Dixon line to eat at a Cracker Barrel. Just for the hash browns alone. So cheers, Cracker Barrel Kid 55. Apparently 54 other Cracker Barrel kids out there. But all right, guys, we'll call it. Excited for Thursday's recaps. It's always tough when there's a 3 or 4 show run, and then it's over. That feeling of like you just get settled in. FZ's finding his groove. Having some callbacks to previous recaps, and he's just firing on all cylinders, and then boom, gone for 4 or 5 months until summer tour. Maybe we'll get some Oysterhead recaps in there. Maybe he'll end up coming around to my perspective on the Claypool lyrics. How it comes and singing the song. That's how we do. And then it's long. All right. Yeah. Best French toast in the world at Cracker Barrel. Guys, so here's what we've learned. Primus, incredible band, terrible vocals and lyrics and vocalists. Oysterhead, nothing to be too excited about. However, Cracker Barrel, always getting excited about that. Slam Dunk Contest 2020, amazing. Also go back to the Aaron Gordon, Zach Levine Slam Dunk Contest from 2017, 2018. Unbelievable that was. But all right, guys, I think we've covered a lot. I don't know if it related to too much to FZ, but it is what it is. Hope y'all are well. Shout out Eric Page. I was up in the Albany area last week, and I walked around yelling the name Eric Page. People looked at me kind of weird, and I don't think their name was Eric Page or they knew Eric Page. But yeah, shout out everyone out there who still follows along with this silly nonsense. All right. Maybe we'll get a Cleveland Indians. You know what's weird, Cracker Barrel Kid? No, I don't think I've ever even seen a Cleveland Indians recap in Ohio. Cincinnati Bengals never mentioned. Looked into strangely enough, the Ted Bundy story recently. Ted Bundy apparently went to Ohio State. Why not a Ted Bundy case recap? I feel there's a lot that man can work with, but that's it. All right. Godspeed, God bless. By God, of course, I mean FZ. FZ, speed, FZ, bless. I'm not trying to get all cultish, but I mean, he's pretty much my Lord and Savior. I haven't really been doing a whole lot since the last recap, to be honest. That's the exciting part for me. I just sit in my bed all day, all night, all week, all weekend, and just sort of just watch the FZ videos, listen to the shows, then listen to the recaps. So for me, just to have a visit from him is great. Looking forward to Thursday as well. All right. FZ Speed. God, see that amazing how it goes from 4 minutes to 11 minutes. That's what happens when people chime in on the comments. But hey, we got some good fodder there, Cracker Barrel Kid. All right. Boom.